Yes, Red Bull did it again.
I'm going to attempt a world first by skydiving into that canyon and attaching myself to that plane.
Last week, a skydiver hooked himself into a plane that was going inside of a canyon. They were trying to fly together while attached and fly in and out of the canyon. So today I'm gonna show you how Red Bull made it possible, just using pen and paper. Let's go. So let's have a look at the situation. First, we have the approach phase, where the plane and the wingsuit must get really close to each other. They must fly at the same speed and at the same angle. When the skydiver is close enough, he's gonna turn his back and start to flying with his back towards the ground and his face toward the sky. At this point, he will try to grab the handle from the plane and attach himself into the plane before going into the canyon. At this point, when he will be attached to the plane is gonna go down to the lowest point of the canyon. The plane will pull up until he reaches enough altitude that will allow the skydiver to deploy his parachute safely. So this is crazy. No one has ever done this before, and there are a lot of challenges related to this stunt.
No! Are you good?
Let me show you some of those. First, let's start with some basics of wingsuit. So the wingsuit is very similar to a wing of an airplane. In fact, it generates lift and drag as a real wing, but in this case we have a human inside that is able to control roll, pitch and yaw angles of this flying machine. And the first challenge that the skydiver is gonna have is about proximity flight. So as we all know, the airplane creates some turbulence around itself, and this is due to the interaction between the propeller, the wing, the fuselage with the airflow itself. And the closer you get to the plane, the more turbulence you're gonna get. And there are some positions where you cannot go, otherwise your wingsuit is gonna lose a ton of stability and you're gonna be in danger. So the approach phase is really delicate, because the skydiver has to reach certain positions below the plane in order to avoid the turbulence of the plane itself, and then move up a little bit, trying to get as close as possible to the plane and the handle. But at this point, he will have another huge challenge, which is related to the asymmetric flight. So as you can see, we have the plane view from the back and the skydiver is approaching from below. At this point, he will have to grab the handle with just one hand, and when you will do so, the shape of the wingsuit is gonna change dramatically. That means that lift and drag are gonna change very quickly, and the stability and the maneuverability of the suit is gonna get crazy. In fact, it's like if you remove a piece of a real wing in a matter of seconds, you lose the stability, and the situation is really dangerous because you're flying really close to an airplane. But anyway, let's assume the skydiver can get close to the handle and grab it with one hand. What happened now? He's gonna face the third challenge, which is attach himself to the plane. So basically they developed a handle that can be deployed and stay at a certain distance from the plane, allowing the skydiver to get close enough but not too close to the airplane. And of course, in case of any problems, the cable could be cut and removed from the plane or from the skydiver. It's like a quick release. The skydiver can quickly go away from the handle and the hook, as well as the airplane itself. In fact, the pilot is gonna push some kind of buttons inside of the cabin, and he's gonna drop the cable with the handle and the hook. But we didn't talk about the fourth challenge that both the pilot and the skydiver are gonna have. In fact, in order to match the speed of the wingsuit, the plane must go really slow, and it's not something that it can be achieved easily. In fact, they have developed a special aero brake that is able to match the speed of the wingsuit. In fact, when they deploy this weird machine and they release this brake, the plane starts to go down because there is so much more drag on the bottom of the plane. It's like when you put your hand out of the car's window. You feel the push of the air and your hand moves backwards. This is really similar. So the Skydiver is gonna have 4 massive challenges to overcome: proximity, asymmetric fly, grabbing the handle, try to fly at the same speed as the airplane. So, did the Skydiver made it? Let's check it out.
That's a crazy perspective from here.
We're gonna get to 2,500 feet now before you have enough altitude to safely open your parachute. We are climbing.
Max is open.